is Meghan Victoria with Tribe Beauty Box. I am a professional makeup artist, beauty influencer, YouTuber, blogger, all that good stuff. But today we are here to show you what is inside the August box. So hopefully you guys all have your boxes, and if you do, you may have opened it up and been like, wow, there's a lot of stuff here, what do I do with it? So that is why we are bringing you today's video. We are gonna go through what is inside the box, and then I'm gonna show you how you can create this like easy, chill makeup look. It's got a little bit of glam, so you know you're making a little bit of a statement, but there's nothing like over the top. So without further ado, let's get into the box. Alright, so when you get your Tribe Beauty Box, you get this adorable little pink box. The packaging is super, super cute, and then we're gonna open it up. So the very first thing you get when you open your box is this little card that goes through all the products, all the uses, and just a little bit of background information on each product, as well as the price, so you can see how great a deal you are getting. Our first product is the Vasanti Magnet Makeup Wipes. Now, what is so cool about these, they're not just your average everyday makeup wipe like they are, but they also have micellar water technology, hence the magnetic part. So micellar technology basically extracts all dirt and impurities from the skin. So what I think is really cool about this, you can use these before your makeup just to cleanse your skin, make sure you know there's no dirt, bacteria, any of that before your makeup, or at the end of the day you can use these to take your makeup off and cleanse your skin before bed. Alright, so that is product number one. Next we have 3 Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Makeup Geek eyeshadows are such like an OG, like they're so fantastic. I've used them in my kit for years and years. And in fact, you guys are going to be getting my favorite color, Peach Smoothie. This is the most universal eyeshadow. You can use it as a transition, you can use it as a highlight, you can use it as a base color. Depending on your skin tone, there is a use for everyone for this shade. It's the best. It's just so good. Then we also have the shade Shimma Shimmer, which is a beautiful vanilla shimmer shade. Again, universally flattering. You can use it as an all-over color. You can use it as a highlight, inner corner, you know, brow bone. There's just so much you can do with eyeshadow in general, but neutral colors, especially with a little shimmer and some texture, is really gonna like elevate your look. And then the third shade is the shade Aphrodite, which is a beautiful like plummy, deep shade. What's amazing about this is a lot of people can be a little intimidated by the idea of black eyeshadow. It's a little intense, and it can even be a little intense for like everyday, day-to-day wear. But using something like with a depth like this shade is really gonna give you the depth and dimension you want with your look, but it's not gonna be exactly black. It's just a little warmer, a little lighter, so it's gonna be a little bit more forgiving and easy to work with. The next products you guys are gonna be receiving are 3 brushes from Crown Brushes. I've been using Crown Brushes for actually a decade now. That's a really long time, but they are some of my absolute favorite brushes. They're so soft, they're so affordable, they're just such a great piece, and you're getting 3 with your kit. Now, mine are a little dirty. I used them to create this look. You know, what do you expect? But we have 3 amazing brushes. So we have a face brush, a big powder brush that's gonna like be great for powder. You can use it for bronzer, blush, contour, whatever you like. Then we've got a little bit more of a detailed brush, so this is great if you want like maybe a nose contour, a little powder around the nose, you want a little bit more precise placement. I also use this as a highlighting brush just to really get that nice definition. And then we've got, wait, I talked about this one. Then we have a little eyeshadow brush, so this is great. You can use it as an all-over lid shade. I used it to smoke out my lower lash line. I used it in the crease. I used it a lot of places. So this is a really, really flattering, versatile brush. The next product you guys are gonna receive is this So Suzanne Highlighting Pencil. Now, this is kind of a little bit of an interesting product. Sometimes you can look at it and go, I don't know what to do with it. It's a little pencil. But there are so many uses for this. Now, this shade is not like overly shimmery and glimmery, so it's not like over the top, but it's a really subtle way to add a little nice highlight here and there on the face. So you can use that as like a Cupid's bow, use it on the tip of the nose if you're a tip of the nose girl. I am. And then you can use it as an inner corner. You can use it as a brow bone highlight in the waterline, which is an awesome use for this. Really open up the eyes, which we did today in our look, so I'll show you guys that. But this is a super versatile shade. Just apply a little, tap it out with your finger or brush, whatever you prefer, and it'll blend straight into the skin. Depending on your skin tone, you can also use this maybe underneath the eyes. It has a pinky peachy tone, so it will counteract like bluey tones underneath the eyes if you just really want to like brighten and lift, which, come on, we all do. So this is a really great versatile product as well. You're either going to be getting the NARS Lip Glide, which is a really beautiful like kind of lip glossy like formula but it has the wear of a lipstick and it really gives like full pigment. Or you may receive the Estee Lauder Pure Color Lip Envy. And they're very similar to the NARS color, as in they are like a gloss, but they're gonna give you like a really vinyl, shiny look. I did get the shade Paradise Garage in my particular box, so that's what we're gonna be using today. Alright, so let's get started with our look. The first thing I'm gonna take is my Vasanti Makeup Magnet Wipes. Our face is nice and cleansed and toned, so I'm going to put my base makeup on and then I will be right back. We have our very simple base makeup on, so next I'm going to go and take my powder brush, which you guys saw me use for my powder. I'm just going to dip into my bronzer. So we will do the same for blush, so I'm just going to use the same brush, dip into my blush, tap off the excess, and then just sweep that on the cheek. Then I'm going to take the next little brush to take a little bit of my highlighter, tap it off again, and then I can hit it exactly where I want. So that is our face makeup done. I'm going to do my eyebrows and then we'll move on to the eyes. So we are back, the brows are on, we're good to go. So to start off the eyes, I'm going to take the So Susan highlighting pencil. So this is super creamy. It's got a little bit of like a pinky undertone, so it's really like universally flattering. And we're going to pop this right under our brow, and that's going to give us such a nice highlight right there. Can you see that? It's really nice. And then we'll go on the other side. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to apply it right to this inner corner area. And then I'll take my little ring finger or pinky finger and just tap to blend that out. And then you're just gonna get a really nice highlight under the brow bone. Then we're gonna take the last little brush in your box and we're gonna grab a little bit of concealer and just apply it to our eyelids. I just like to have a little bit of an eyeshadow base happening just to kind of have the shadows have something to stick to. Then I'm just going to take whatever kind of leftover powder I have from my bigger brush earlier and just pop that on the eyelids just to set them in place. So now we have 3 eyeshadows from Makeup Geek. First shade I'm going to take is Peach Smoothie. Because I have spent all my time this summer in my office and studio and not seen the sun, I'm really pale right now. So I'm going to be using this as a transition shade. So I'm just going to grab a nice big fluffy brush, dip into this little guy, tap off my excess, and we will go in and work this as our transition. So I'm just using nice back and forth windshield wiper motions mixed with some circles. You know, I just really want to buff that on there and get it nice and smooth and blended out. So you can take a brush, you can take your finger. We're going to use the little brush that we've got because, you know, we've got it. And I'm just going to smush into this guy. Sometimes I like to kind of push shimmers like into the brush a little bit more because when we're packing them we want a little bit extra product. So we're just going to press that on and get like a really pretty shimmer across the eye. If you do prefer a little bit more of a shimmery look, this is also the perfect time to take the shimmer and apply it right on top of that So Suzanne highlighter, as you're just going to get a little bit extra oomph, and that highlighter pencil is really going to give you that base for the shadow to stick to. We'll apply it in the inner corners, really open up the eyes. Anytime you use shimmer, it really bounces back light, so you're gonna get like a beautiful reflection. The last shade, which is the shade Aphrodite, I'm gonna take on just a smaller brush. I'm gonna kind of stamp this in, tap the excess off. Because this is our deepest shade, we wanna be careful, but we're gonna use our brush, hold it a little farther back, and I'm gonna just work that right into the outer corner. Now, depending on how dramatic you want your look, you can, you know, amp this up a lot or amp it up a little bit. But it's just really nice to get a little definition right in that outer corner. Okay, so once we've placed the color, I'm going to take that bigger brush again, and we're just going to use that to kind of blend it out. We'll take that same brush, go back into our Peach Smoothie, and maybe like a dot into Aphrodite. I just like to mix them just so we get like a nice like gradation of colors. And we'll just take that and run that back and forth and start kind of bringing that up and out just to really kind of smoke out and blend that outer corner. When you are decently happy with your blend, I'm just going to take that same little brush with a little bit of that translucent powder. I'm just going to kind of clean up my edge right here and just on the other side. Next, we'll just take our little highlighting pen again, and we're going to use this just to open up the eyes This fits really nicely in the waterline and goes really nice and pigmented. It'll just make you look really wide awake. Now that we've brightened up the waterline, I'm gonna go back in with Aphrodite, take it on a little liner brush, and I'm gonna go just outside that waterline to kind of just encapsulate the eyes. So we're just smudging that below the lash line, and we're gonna give ourselves some extra definition. I'm not a fan of harsh lines, so I'm just gonna take that same brush that we used, and we're just gonna kind of buff this out just to soften it a little bit. That's going to create it as more of a shadow than like a full-on harsh line. I'm just going to be right back, apply liner, lashes, and mascara, and we will continue with the lips. Alright, so moving on to the lips, we are going to use the NARS Velvet Lip Glide in, I think, Paradise Garage. It feels like a gloss, but it like coats like a liquid lipstick, so it's super ultra hydrating. Now before I go into this, I'm just going to cheat my lips a little bit with some lip liner, so I'm just going to do that quickly. Perfect, so then we're going to take the lip glide. Yeah, you can see how pigmented it really is. There's the lip color. It looks so like vinyl and like juicy and luscious, and I think it's really pretty. So lastly, I'm just going to take a little bit of powder on that same powder brush, and we're just going to tap our faces because it is summer and what is AC? And then that completes our final look. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this look. I hope you enjoyed learning about all the fun ways you can use your August Try Beauty box. I think it's awesome. I'm so excited to keep playing with my products. Use your creativity, find new looks. We'd love to hear from you guys, and hopefully I will see you next month for next month's box. Bye!